Hello and welcome to Guitar Lessons with Billy Prewitt. This lesson series goes with Billy's guitar lesson book. If you don't already have your guitar lesson book, you can visit speaktometoday.com/BNRmusic to find out how to purchase a PDF version or order a paperback copy. So get your guitar and your lesson book ready and let's get started.
Hello. In this lesson, we're going to be learning our very first song. So this is exciting. The first time you're going to get to play an actual real song. And so we're going to be on page 10, and we're going to start with Mary Had a Little Lamb. You'll notice that all of the notes for Mary Had a Little Lamb, in fact, there's only 3 notes, but you'll notice that we've already learned all those notes, so we're pretty much ready to go. The second thing I want you to notice is at the end of line 1, the bar line is a single bar line. But at the end of the second line, you'll notice that it's a double bar line, and the double bar line means that that's the end of the song. So this song is 2 lines long, and so we'll play both lines when we do the song. The first thing I'd like for us to do, just like we have gotten into the custom of doing, is counting. So we're going to count 2 lines in a row without stopping at the end. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now we're going to be ready to name the notes. I want to just mention this because I've had students that have done this for all of my career in music, and they come up with a great idea, and they get a pencil out and they take their book or their music and they write all the note names on top of the notes, so that way they can just read them across. It seems like a great idea, but it's actually not a great idea at all. What it does is it causes you to read the letters that are written above the notes or below the notes, rather than actually becoming accustomed to reading the notes and identifying them by sight. So in reality, while it seems like a great idea, it's actually going to slow down your learning considerably. So if you've been doing that, don't do it anymore, and try to learn to read them and figure them out. And I know it's sometimes a little aggravating to do that, but nevertheless, that's going to be the pattern the process that you need to take in order to make this happen. So here we go. We're going to name the notes together, and you may need a couple of times to do it to get them all. But here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. B, A, G, A, B, 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 A, A, B, 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 A, G, A, B, 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 A, B, A, G. Oh, hopefully you were able to do that. And if you were, then now you're ready to actually start playing this piece of music. And so what we're going to do before we actually do play it, I'm going to say the note names again, and I want you to put your fingers on the guitar, because now we've got 2 different strings that we're dealing with. We're dealing with the string number 5, but we're also dealing with string number 6 also. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. B, A, oops, I had my finger on the wrong string. Here we go. Ready, go. B, A, G, A, B, 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 A, B, 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 A, G, A, B, 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 A, B, A, G. Now you'll notice when I move my fingers, I'm going to hold this up close to the camera. You'll notice that I'm keeping this finger up here close. I'm not pulling it way off down like this and then switching back and forth. I'm keeping my fingers very close to where they're going to be when I use them. So I'm not going B, A, G, A, B. I'm keeping it here close. B, A, G, A, B. Okay? And that's going to be very important because it's going to keep you from being really slow and funny looking when you play the guitar. Now we're ready to play it. Now I'm going to give you another little word of caution, because I have quite a bit of experience working with students that try to find shortcuts. And so I want you to just realize that some of you are capable of watching my fingers and learning this without ever looking at the notes. And I'm going to tell you that's another not so good shortcut, because you're going to become dependent on watching my fingers or somebody else's fingers, and you're not going to develop that music reading skill that is so very, very critical for beginning musicians. So even though some of you are capable of doing that, please try to refrain from making that your primary way of learning this. So I'm going to let you watch my fingers, and but I don't want you to watch my fingers only. I want you to actually look at the notes, because that's going to help you learn to read it. Here we go. Alrighty, how did you do with that? Hopefully you did very well. Now this time I want you to play it with me, and then the next time I'll play it with chords, and you can play it with the notes. Here we go. 1, 2, play together. Very good. This time I'm going to play the chords, and I'm going to let you play the melody and see if you can end with me. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Did you end with me? I hope so. And that is your very first song. The next song that we're going to learn is called Go Tell Aunt Rhodie. And this song is one that's not as familiar to most people, and it's one that I like to use kind of as a test song. Not that you're going to be tested by me in particular, but tests for your own self to see how you're doing with all this things that we're learning. So what we're going to do, I'm going to count the song with you, and I'm going to name the notes with you, but I'm not going to play it. And so you're going to have to pretty much learn how to play it on your own, and that's going to be very good for you. So don't think of that as a bad thing. So I'm not going to let you watch my fingers, and where you're going to have to kind of figure it out. The problem is that this song has a new note that we've never played before, so I'm going to show you how to look one of those notes up. The first thing that we're going to do is identify the new note. So we're going to look through the piece of music and see if we can find the new note, the one that we've never seen before. And if you count the measures, you'll find that new note is in measure number 5. Hopefully you were able to find that while I was talking. Measure number 5 has the new note in it. And so we don't know what the note is, but we can see what it looks like. It looks like it's on the bottom of the staff. And you'll notice that this is the first note that we're dealing with that does not have any ledger lines at all. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn to the chromatic scale. So the chromatic scale is on page 2 of your guitar lesson book. And on the chromatic scale, you will be searching for the note that looks exactly like the note that's on Go Tell Aunt Rhodie, measure number 5. And so you'll have to scroll your eyes across, and you're looking for a note that's on the bottom of the staff, and it does not have any ledger lines at all. When you get there, you're going to notice that it is on the same line that starts with the note C. So we have a C, and then we have 2 notes that have symbols on them, and then we have the note D. And that's the note that's in Go Tell Aunt Rhodie. It's the note D. Now I want you to look to the left and to the right of the note D, and you're going to find 2 notes that look exactly like the note in Go Tell Aunt Rhodie. The only difference is that on the left it has a little symbol in front of it that looks like a lowercase b, kind of sort of like. And then the one on the right has a little number sign in front of it. And I'm going to tell you what those are right now. We're not going to deal with it too much, but those are not the same note as the one in the middle that does not have those symbols in front of it. The one on the left is a D flat. That's what we call a D flat, and that little symbol is a flat symbol. And then the one on the right is a D sharp, and that little number sign is a sharp symbol. And we'll get into what those mean later on. But for right now, just realize that those are not the note in Go Tell Aunt Rhodie, so we won't be using those. And you'll notice, if you just look at it, that they have different strings and different frets than the note D. And so it's not even the same note. So when we're looking at the note D, we're going to notice that it is on string 4, fret 0. String 4, fret 0. Now string 4 we start from the bottom. We count 1, 2, 3, 4. And string 4, fret 0, that means it's open, no fingers. And that's the note D. And that's the note that you're going to use in Go Tell Aunt Rhodie. Now we're going to go back to page number 10. So we're on page number 10, and we're looking at Go Tell Aunt Rhodie, and we're going to count it first. 1, 2, ready, count. 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now I would encourage you to do that several times on your own until you can do it without listening to me do it. And when you know that you can count it just like I counted it right there, all by yourself, then you'll be ready to move on to the note names. Okay, so here we go with the note names. 1, 2, ready, go. B, B, A, G, G, A, C, B, A, G, D, D, C, B, 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 A, G, A, B, G. That's going to take a few times through. It almost tongue twisted me to do it, but it's going to take a couple times through, so we'll do it one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. B, B, A, G, G, A, C, B, A, G, D, D, C, B, 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 A, G, A, B, G. Very good. Now you're going to be on your own for Go Tell Aunt Rhodie. And you're going to be on your own for Lightly Row entirely. I'm not even going to count it because that was actually easier than Go Tell Aunt Rhodie. But and my strong encouragement is that you try to learn these before you even listen to the play-along track of it. The play-along track, of course, you'd be able to listen to it, play along, you catch. Some of you would play it by ear in 3 minutes. But the goal is to fight through it by reading because that's what's going to make you a better player. So now we're on page number 11, and we're looking at London Bridge. And this is another one that you're going to do on your own. It's actually pretty easy. Most of my students get this one pretty quick. This one's easier than Go Tell Aunt Rhodie as well. And we're going to notice that there's another new note on this piece of music, and it's the second note of the piece. So if you just look at the very second note, you'll see a brand new note that you've never seen before. And this one's on the line at the bottom of the staff. So you have to turn back to your chromatic scale and look at it up and see if you can figure out how to play that one. And I'd like you to try and do that on your own, because from here on out, once you start seeing that chromatic scale and learning how to use that, and we're going to talk about that in a couple of lessons, we're going to fully go through that chromatic scale. But once you start learning how to look notes up, you're better off to look them up than for me to show you, because you'll learn them faster that way. It seems funny, but you'll learn them faster that way. And learn how to read them, which is even more important. So here we go. You got the second note, and you're going to look it up, and you're going to find it. And then when you get down to the very last note of the song, you see that it is it's a half note, but it has a dot at the end of it. And that dot means something, and it has a special name. You ready? This is complicated, so don't let it mess you up. This is called a dotted half note. Now, I know that's going to be hard to remember. Dotted half note. But anyway, I'm playing around, but that note is actually worth 3 counts. We know that a half note is worth 2, but a dotted half note is worth 3, and we're going to start seeing those every now and again, so it's important to know that. Now, here's the way that works. That last measure is, and I'm going to actually show it on the screen. So we're looking at the last measure, and the last measure has the dotted half note in it. And you're going to notice that the first note is a quarter note, so it gets count number 1. And then the dotted half note gets counts number 2, 3, and 4, because it gets 3 counts. So you can either have a dotted half note at the beginning of a measure, or you can have one at the end, but you won't be able to have one in the middle, at least for many years. But you can have one at the beginning, or you can have one at the end. In this case, you have it at the end. So the first count is the 1, and then the dotted half note counts for counts 2, 3, and 4. So it sounds like this: 1, 2, and that's the way we count that. I'll do it again. Ready, go. 1, 2. So when you get ready to play that and actually play the last 2 notes for you, you're going to play 1, 2, and that's the ending of the song. So we're going to go ahead and count the whole song, at least count it, and then you can learn the new note, and then you can figure out how to play that dotted half note at the end. It's not hard to play. It's just got to get new counting theory there. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 3. 1, 2. See, that dotted half note's a little tricky on the end there, that 1, 2. But anyway, go ahead and practice that and see if you can learn London Bridge. And after you learn it, then put on the play along and see if you can play along with me. All right, till next time.
Well, that certainly was a lot of fun. You are now ready for the next video in the series Guitar Lessons with Billy Prewitt. See you next time.